part of our first chapter, Chemical Reactions and Equations. Let's begin with a motivational thought. Success is a journey, not destination. So let's continue our journey. In the first part, we discussed about chemical reactions. Today we will learn about chemical equations and balancing the chemical equations. Before learning about chemical equation, let's learn something more about chemical reaction. A chemical reaction involves making and breaking of bonds between atoms to produce a new product. ഒരു chemical reactionൽ bonds ഉണ്ടാവുന്നുണ്ട്, break ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്, ഒരു പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് മാറാനായിട്ട്. ചില സമയങ്ങളിൽ ബോൺസ് ബ്രേക്ക് ചെയ്യും, ചില സമയങ്ങളിൽ ബോൺസ് മേക്ക് ചെയ്യും, എന്നിട്ടാണ് പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് ഫോം ചെയ്യുന്നത്. In a chemical change or in a chemical reaction, no change occurs to the atom of an element, and no atom disappears in a chemical reaction and no atom appears in a chemical reaction other than the reactants and the product. A chemical reaction has two parts. The first part which take part in the chemical reaction, and the second part which is produced during the chemical reaction. Let us represent a chemical reaction symbolically. A plus B gives AB. Here A and B react to form AB. So A and B take part in the chemical reaction. So A and B are termed as reactants. And AB is the new substance formed. So it is the product. It is very difficult to represent a chemical reaction using a sentence. So we use the shortest method to represent a chemical reaction, and that method is chemical equation. So we can conclude chemical equation as the shorthand representation of a chemical reaction using chemical formula. In that we will write the chemical formula of the reactants and the product, not the name of the chemicals or chemicals that take part in a chemical reaction. Only the shorthand representation of the reaction using chemical formulas. Chemical formulas use ചെയ്ത് ഏറ്റവും ഷോർട്ടസ്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് റെപ്രസെന്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നതിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ കെമിക്കൽ ഇക്വേഷൻസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. We can represent a chemical equation in three forms. First one is word equation, second skeletal equation, and the third one is balanced chemical equation. The word equation. What is a word equation? When we represent a chemical reaction using word, means using the name of that chemicals. That means, for example, magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. Magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. Now the second is skeletal equation. What is a skeletal equation? In skeletal equation, we represent a chemical reaction using chemical formulas. For magnesium, we will write Mg, and for oxygen, we will write O2 gives. For magnesium oxide, we will write MgO. Why it is known as a skeletal equation? Because in this equation, number of reactants and number of product is not balanced. So we can call a skeletal equation as unbalanced chemical equation also. Now, what is a balanced chemical equation? Let us see. Here, the number of atoms that take part in this chemical reaction in the reactant side and in the product side are balanced. That is, the number of atoms in the reactant side and the number of atoms in the product side are equal. Here, there are 2 atoms of magnesium. Here also, there are 2 atoms of magnesium. Here, 2 atoms of oxygen. In the product side also, there are 2 atoms of oxygen. So, this is a balanced chemical equation. Now, what is the need of balancing a chemical equation? A chemical reaction is based on law of conservation of mass. അതെ, എല്ലാവർക്കും ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു ചിരി വരുന്നുണ്ട്. ലോ ഓഫ് കൺസർവേഷൻ ഓഫ് മാസ് നിങ്ങൾ 9th പഠിക്കുന്നതാണ് അല്ലേ? You have learned the law of conservation of mass in 9th standard. What does it say? Law of conservation of mass states that mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. So, the mass in the reactant side will remain same as that of the product side. So, while representing a chemical reaction, it is necessary to balance the chemical reaction. Now, let's move on to balancing a chemical equation. I will teach you 2 methods for balancing a chemical equation. ഞാൻ 2 മെത്തേഡിൽ ബാലൻസിങ് കാണിച്ചു തരാം. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഏതാണോ ഫോളോ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്നത് അത് നിങ്ങൾ ഫോളോ ചെയ്യുക. Now let us see the first method. With an example, Fe plus H2O gives Fe3O4 plus H2. Here we will make a table with reactants and product. Now, after making a table, we will write down the atoms in the reactant side and on the product side. First atom is Fe, second hydrogen, and the third one is oxygen. Here also Fe, hydrogen and oxygen. Now we will write number of atoms of reactants. There is only 1 atom of Fe, 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. Here in the product side, 3 atoms of Fe, 2 atoms of hydrogen and 4 atoms of oxygen. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ആദ്യമേ ഇക്വേഷൻ എഴുതുന്നു, എന്നിട്ട് റിയാക്റ്റൻസും പ്രോഡക്ട്സും കാണിക്കുന്നു, ഒരു ടേബിൾ ഫോം ചെയ്യുന്നു, റിയാക്റ്റൻസിൻ്റെയും പ്രോഡക്ട്സിൻ്റെയും ഒരു ടേബിൾ ഫോം ചെയ്യുന്നു. റിയാക്റ്റൻസ് സൈഡിൽ റിയാക്റ്റൻസും നമ്പർ ഓഫ് ആറ്റംസും എഴുതുന്നു. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് സൈഡിൽ പ്രോഡക്ട്സും നമ്പർ ഓഫ് ആറ്റംസും എഴുതുന്നു. Now the next step is to compare each atom. Here Fe is 1, here Fe is 3. So we will multiply this Fe with 3. And we will write 3 here on the left hand side of the atom. Never write below or above or on the right hand side. We have to write on the left hand side. Okay, don't disturb this atom. Now hydrogen atom on the both side are balanced, so no need to change anything. Now see the oxygen atom. On the product side there are 4 atoms, in the reactant side only 1 atom. So we will multiply 4 here and we will write 4 here. We can't write here, okay? Don't write here. Now the oxygen is balanced, but what is unbalanced here? Hydrogen. See, 4 into 2. When we write a coefficient on the left hand side of an atom, we will multiply the number of atoms with the coefficient. So when we multiply the hydrogen atom, there are 2 hydrogen atoms here. When we multiply 2 into 4, we will get 8. But on the product side, there is only 2 hydrogen atoms. So we will multiply here 4. So we will get 8. And we will put the 4 here. Now the hydrogen atom on the product side is also balanced. Now the equation is balanced chemical equation. Next example ആണ് CO plus H2 gives CH3OH. Now let's make again the same table, reactants and products. Now let's write the atoms and number of atoms. Carbon 1, oxygen 1, hydrogen 2. Here carbon 1, oxygen 1, hydrogen 4. So here carbon is balanced, oxygen is also balanced, only hydrogen is not balanced. In the reactant side there is only 2 hydrogen atom, and in the product side there is only 4 hydrogen atom. So we have to balance here. For balancing we will multiply the reactant side with 2. So we will get 4. So now the hydrogen atom on both the sides are balanced, and we will write the 2 here. Now this equation is balanced. Clear ആയല്ലോ? അതായത് ഇവിടെ ഒരു കാർബൺ ആറ്റം ആയിരുന്നു, ഇവിടെ ഒരു കാർബൺ ആറ്റം, ഓക്സിജൻ ആറ്റം, രണ്ടിടത്ത് ഓരോന്ന് വീതം, ഹൈഡ്രജൻ ആറ്റം ഇവിടെ 2 എണ്ണവും ഇവിടെ 4 എണ്ണവും ആയിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ അത് ബാലൻസ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് നമ്മളിവിടെ ഹൈഡ്രജനെ 2 വെച്ച് മൾട്ടിപ്ലൈ ചെയ്തു. അങ്ങനെ വന്നപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ 4 ആയി, ഇവിടെയും 4 ആയി. അപ്പോൾ ഇത് ബാലൻസ് ആയി. ആ മൾട്ടിപ്ലൈ ചെയ്ത 2 നമ്മൾ ഇവിടെ റെപ്രസെൻറ്റ് ചെയ്തു. അപ്പോൾ ഇതൊരു ബാലൻസ്ഡ് കെമിക്കൽ ഇക്വേഷൻ ആയിട്ട് മാറി. മൂവിങ് ഓൺ ടുവേർഡ്സ് എ സെക്കൻഡ് മെത്തേഡ്. നമുക്കിനി സെക്കൻഡ് മെത്തേഡ് എങ്ങനെയാണെന്ന് നോക്കാം. സെക്കൻഡ് മെത്തേഡിലും ആദ്യം എടുത്ത സെയിം എക്സാമ്പിൾ തന്നെ എടുക്കാം. Fe plus H2O gives Fe3O4 plus H2. ഈ മെത്തേഡിൽ വളരെ ശ്രദ്ധിച്ച് കേൾക്കുക. ഈ മെത്തേഡിൽ നമ്മൾ ഇതിൻ്റെ കോഎഫിഷ്യൻ്റ് ആയിട്ട് ആൽഫബറ്റ്സ് ആണ് എഴുതുന്നത്. ഇവിടെ നമുക്ക് എ എന്നും, ഇവിടെ ബി എന്നും, ഇവിടെ സി എന്നും, ഇവിടെ നമുക്ക് ഡി എന്നും കൊടുക്കാം. We will give the alphabets A, B, C, D on the left hand side of the atom as coefficients. I will suggest you to continue with this method because it is a very easy method. So first of all let us write A, B, C and D on the left hand side of the atom. നമുക്ക് എ ബി സി ഡി എന്ന് ലെഫ്റ്റ് ഹാൻഡ് സൈഡ് ആൻഡ് ഓരോ ആറ്റത്തിൻ്റെയും ലെഫ്റ്റ് ഹാൻഡ് സൈഡിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ എഴുതാം. അതിനുശേഷം എത്ര ആറ്റംസ് ഉണ്ടോ ആ ആറ്റംസുമായിട്ട് ഈ ഓരോ ആൽഫബറ്റ്സിനെ മൾട്ടിപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യാം. എന്നിട്ട് പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് സൈഡും റിയാക്റ്റൻറ്റ് സൈഡും പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് സൈഡും കൂടി നമുക്ക് ഇക്വേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാം. only one atom of Fe is in the reactant side. Reactant side Fe ഒന്ന് മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ. അപ്പം A into 1 is A, which is equal to how many atoms of Fe in the product side? There are 3 atoms. So C is 3. C into 3 is 3C. Now moving on to hydrogen atom. There are 2 atoms of hydrogen in the reactant side. So multiply 2 with B. 2B is equal to how many hydrogen atoms in the product side? 2 hydrogen atoms. So 2D. 2B is equal to 2D. Now here about oxygen atom. Only one oxygen atom in the reactant side. So B is equal to how many atoms of oxygen in the reactant product side? How many atoms of oxygen in the product side? 4 atoms. So 4 into C. Now we will assume the coefficient given to the largest atom of this reaction, that is Fe3O4, as 1. C is equal to 1. We will assume that C is equal to 1. Now we will find out the value of A, B and D. How? When C is equal to 1, then A is equal to 3 into 1 is equal to 3. So the value of A will become 3. Next, B is equal to 4 into C. That means 4 into 1 is equal to 4. Now about B and D. Comparing B and D. 2B is equal to 2D. Therefore, B is equal to D, which is equal to 4. Now, put the value of A. A is equal to 3. B is equal to 4. C is equal to 1. And D is equal to 4. So, this equation becomes here A is 3, B is 4 and C is 1. So, don't write there, and D is again 4. Now, the equation is balanced. Now, let us see one more example. The same example that we have discussed. CO plus H2 gives CH3OH. Here we will write the alphabets A, B and C. Now we will multiply number of atoms with each coefficients. About carbon atom, there is only one carbon atom in the reactant side. Therefore, we will multiply 1 with A. Therefore, A is equal to, there is only one atom in the right hand side. That means in the product side, therefore, A is equal to C. About oxygen atom, there is only one atom of oxygen. So, A is equal to again C. In the reactant side also only one atom of oxygen. So, A is equal to C. Now, about hydrogen atom, there are two hydrogen atoms in the reactant side. So, 2 into B is 2B is equal to how many hydrogen atom in the product side? 4, isn't it? So, 4C. Now, let us assume the value of C as 1. Assume C is equal to 1. Therefore, A is equal to 1 and therefore A is equal to 1 and B is, that is 2B is equal to 4C, that is 2B is equal to 4. B is equal to 2. As the value of A is 1, we no need of writing 1 here. And the value of B is 2. So, we will write here 2. Value of C again is 1. So, no need of writing 1 here. So, now the equation is balanced. CO plus 2H2 gives CH3OH. It is not only necessary to balance a chemical equation. Both these equations are balanced. But to make it more informative, we have to write the state of the reactants that take place in a chemical reaction. Okay, let's do that. Fe is in solid state. So, we will represent S in the small brackets. H2O is in liquid state. So, L in small brackets. Liquid. L for liquid. Fe3O4 is in solid state. Again, S in the small brackets. Hydrogen is in gaseous state. So, G in small bracket. Here, C6H12O6. It is in aqueous state. What is aqueous state? Something which is soluble in water. C6H12O6, which is glucose. It is soluble in water. So, we will represent it as aqueous, AQ. Here, oxygen also in aqueous state. Now here carbon dioxide is also in aqueous state and H2O is in liquid state, so we will represent it as L. This balanced chemical equation is more informative when we write the states of the chemicals or reactants or the products, chemicals that take part in a reaction. Now this balanced chemical equation is more informative. Now it is a perfect balanced equation. So whenever you write a balanced chemical equation, try to write the states also. ഇന്നത്തെ വീഡിയോ എല്ലാവർക്കും ഇഷ്ടമായെന്ന് കരുതുന്നു. ഇഷ്ടമായെങ്കിൽ ലൈക്ക് ചെയ്യുക, സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യുക, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ബെൽ ഐക്കൺ പ്രസ് ചെയ്യുക. താങ്ക് യു. സ്റ്റേ സേഫ് ആൻഡ് ഹെൽത്തി. ബൈ ബൈ.